So I'm out here in the middle of the country, like the real country, you know, where when you feel like you're being watched, you're like literally being watched, you know? What up, what up? I'm getting ready to go down to Nature's. It's my grandma's celebration. She's coming up on her 100th birthday. She was born 1919, which is crazy, right? You just think about that, you know, you've lived for almost 100 years. You probably had like a variety of different scenarios. You've probably seen everything. You're probably like, damn, this shit again? You know? Alright, so right now, I'm basically packing up and getting ready to head out, yeah. So I'm going to Palestine, Texas, right? And I just finished packing, getting ready for Hurricane Harvey. They thought it was gonna come for Austin, but luckily it's not. It's still a little cloudy out there. I don't know if you can see all the cloudiness. It's a little cloudy. Glass is a little dirty. But all in all, I think it's gonna be a good trip. I don't think I'm gonna get too much rain, at least I'm hoping not. If so, I might have to document like my final days or my final hours. But nonetheless, I have all my stuff here packed. Let's see, I have my guitars. Oh, I need to get my speakers. But I have some clothes. I'm gonna try and perform for the family when I get down there, so I'm gonna document a little bit more when I get down there. What up, what up? Alright, so about to head down to Palestine. I got everything put into the GPS. This is gonna be a fun little family reunion / celebration for my grandma. Hurricane Harvey is coming in. It's a little bit weary because I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit a lot of rain. I'm hoping not. I'm gonna keep it documented, but it's really cloudy. You can probably see some clouds up there. Yeah, clouds. And so I'm gonna document the whole journey, so you'll see for yourself. Peace. So I'm here in the middle of Hurricane Harvey. We're driving towards Palestine and Natchez, and I'm just letting you see what I'm seeing a little bit here. A lot of trees. A lot of cornfields. It's super beautiful when it's not raining. On the way through to the country, Palestine is a very country-like atmosphere. You see a lot of these small towns. I always wonder who lives out here. How do they sustain themselves? I mean, these have to be like the ancestors of like the Bundy family, you know, or like the Manson family. These have to be like the ancestors of the Manson family or something, you know? But there's like these small towns with like a metal pan roofing on the sides of them. Not a lot of brick structures out here. And then we're back out to the country atmosphere again. So it's getting worse out here. It's pretty intense. I'm hoping I can have enough battery to document the rest of this, but the battery's becoming depleted, so I'm gonna have to wait till I get to the actual Natchez in order to charge. I made it here to Palestine, roughly about 3 hours. You can see we're in the middle of nowhere. It's very beautiful though. You know, you don't get signal out here. You don't get carrier pigeons out here. You don't get U.S. mail out here. There's very few things that's gonna get you out here. It's basically a spiritual retreat, more than likely. So, you see this right here? This is my grandmother's house. My father was raised in here. And so, I think it is amazing. I think this has been here for almost, I'd say almost 90 years. This house, it's classic. It's a classic piece. And if you look at that, oh my goodness, it's just a beautiful sunset you get to watch. I would be amazing just to be able to watch a sunset from here, year after year.
There's one there. Yeah, there.
Ah, yes.
Okay. ought to be a lot more. And then there's another kind of plum tree.
Surprised the squirrels haven't gotten all these.
Yeah. They will. Once they like dish it onto the house.
Yes.
They had some bricks left over, so I started building that when I was in the 9th grade. And then Daddy put the roof on it. Built it up. And it's still standing. I learned how to use a line and the level to get the bricks level, and plumb bob to get the corners and sides straight.
Amazing. You're a young civil engineer.
Watching the people build a foundation for the house, I said, I think I can do that. And there used to be a garden, and my brother Harvey and I would pull the plow while my mother was holding the plow, and we'd dig the rows and then plant corn, peas.
Did you have donkeys or horses or anything at the time?
We didn't.
No. Manual labor?
Yeah. Just the two of us. And then we had a rabbit pen over there. We had one time about 62 rabbits. We had chickens back there. And before we got running water, our outdoor bathroom was right back there in that corner. You have to walk way out there. In the winter, we had what was called a slop jar. In the airplane, we call it a honey bucket.
Honey bucket, okay. Hilarious. Well, seeing it like this would be a very nurturing environment to grow up in. It seems almost like a tropical rainforest. So you have some mothballs, standard issue mothballs. Yeah. It kills closed moths, eggs, and larvae. Oof, stepping the game up, I see. So we're gonna go over here.
On the edge of
Oh yeah. So there's something underneath the outhouse out here, and we are attempting to get rid of it. Perfect. We'll smell them out of here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of collected salt and pepper shakers. Lots of them. Just they pepper the whole place. So I'm sure there's a couple in here from like 1912 or something. Like those, for example. Like they don't make stereotyped black things like that anymore. Like that, like the Aunt Jemima thing right there. That's Aunt Jemima. It's a precursor right there. Alright, so I'm out here, about to get ready to go. I know I said I was so grumpy earlier. Oh my god, when I woke up this morning, I don't even know how I went to sleep. You can't technically call it waking up if you never went to sleep, right? So, I was just in a continuum of last night when I was really grumpy this morning. I was only like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours ago. We had breakfast, and now we're sitting here watching cows. We're getting ready for the parade, and so I'm hoping that everything works out. Because you might hear two different things happening in the background here. So you might hear gunshots, and you might hear cows. Cows and gunshots. That's a country morning for you. Cows and gunshots. It's just how it is sometimes. Should've seen last night, we had an armadillo. Like, an armadillo came out of nowhere and tried to, like, come at us. We had to defend ourselves. It was crazy. But, I'm gonna sit here and take a while and look at these cows, you know? Alright, so yesterday we had a bunch of family come here. There was a big barbecue. We barbecued a pig. Then we watched the Mayweather fight, which was super epic because we lost the signal. And see, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, so there's not going to be a strong signal. Plus, it's Hurricane Harvey. There was a variety of scenarios that happened, and luckily we were able to get it to play finally, which was not easy at all, but it finally happened. There's a lot of drinking. Tried some crazy moonshine yesterday, which I think it sanitized my whole body in some type of crazy way. But so this, to my understanding, is some type of pumpkin. Not a big fan of pumpkin, but options are there. Variety of different plants we got going on back here. There's a trailer. Got some cool dude who stays up there on the property, helps take care of the property. See, my father used to grow up here. This is my father's, I guess, childhood home, and had a variety of different scenarios that happened through his life here, and so he always likes to come back here. And he always wanted to make sure his kids had some type of memory in their childhood similar to what his upbringing was, which it makes sense because, you know, this is our land that we own, and basically it gives you some freedom here, or, you know, you can kind of live the lifestyle you want to live because this is your land. And it's really quite interesting, you know, just seeing what all is out here. So I believe this is the first boat my father ever built. He built it by hand. He says that it sank. It's quite interesting. Maybe about 15 years ago, this boat was over there in that corner, and we lifted it up, and there were 2 puppies under there, and that was the first time I had my first puppy, but it wasn't for very long. The puppy ended up getting run over. Rest in peace, Austin. So I was about to take a piss, and this is what I encountered. This big ass spider. That is a huge spider. It's bigger than my thumb. Easily bigger than my thumb. That spider is huge. That abdomen is huge. Like, I can't, if I saw that in my room somewhere, I would trip out so hard. It's huge. That is like an acorn-sized thing right there. That is crazy. So everybody's still asleep inside, and I'm super hungry for breakfast, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to warm up some meat over a fire, primitive style. Well, I've never really done this before. We got a fire, a little bit of something going there. Got a little bit of meat right here. I'm just gonna take the meat, put it onto a skewer here, right? I'm gonna put it over the fire and warm it up. I have no access to the oven or the microwave because everybody's still asleep, but this should be fun. Hopefully, I think my biggest risk is maybe getting poisoned by this wood. I don't know if this wood is poisonous, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But I don't know about the moss though. Alright. Mud is no joke. Mud is no joke. So, basically the premise of it, you know, I'm just putting some meat in and warming it up, seeing if it works. Bam. Yeah, it was a pretty late night for everybody. Most people probably went to sleep around, and I like to say 12 or 1 o'clock. I didn't go to sleep until 4, if that. And then, even then, I was kind of tossing and turning. I couldn't sleep inside. I had to go out to my car to get some sleep. It was a blower. Last a blower. I don't know, I have a difficult time not sleeping in my bed. It's always been a problem for me. So, hopefully. How does that look to you? Does that look okay? Hoping it's at least warm. There's some warm parts to it. Got a little bit of a jerky-like consistency to it, but Not bad. What up, good people? It's me, Pseudonym Jones. I made it back to Austin in one piece, and the rain has stopped, luckily. To all the Hurricane Harvey victims out there, you're in my prayers. And what I would like to know from you is, have you ever been to a farm? Have you ever seen the country lifestyle? And what was your experience like? Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Pseudonym Jones out. Peace.